Okay, so I have been acting in community theater and doing like haunted houses and film, like little minor films, since I was like 12. How would I basically level up and start auditions for video games and start working more on the professional level rather than the volunteer level that I've been doing for the past 15 years?
Where do you live?
I live in Roswell, so right outside of Atlanta.
So you're outside of Atlanta. You need to connect to, well, you need to get yourself assessed right now. The hardest thing to do is have someone tell you the truth. To look at where you are, see where your skills are, and see if someone's giving you the tools to be of the quality that everybody you're going to be competing against is. So you need to find a workshop. You need to find yourself like a voiceover workshop or an acting for film workshop that's run by, I think Shay Griffin is still in town. She cast me in my first movie here in Atlanta. You need to find somebody like that, go to the workshop and get them to tell you the truth, okay? And take that truth and work with it. If it's, you need more work, then find yourself a film acting class and work out until you understand you've leveled up. And then you go and you get an agent. But you need to go to a workshop and have somebody tell you the truth first. And then you only go to that agent when you've got the best thing in your hand. You go, I am ready. Bring it.
And for on-camera and theater and stuff like that, they have backstage here, right? Because Backstage West.
I have no idea. I don't know about the Atlanta one.
Yeah,
I know it's New York and Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's
right, New York.
This
right.
is Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's a different market. But there's tons of work here. There's tons of day player work here. There's also, I believe they're probably, I don't know if it's out of Shay's office or somebody's office. You want to find somebody booking background people, and stuff. You could level up in that way. That's like a half a bump up. And then you want to become what they call a day player. You're going to go from where you are to day player, and then to co-star, and then guest star. That's sort of how the ladder goes. You may go straight to who knows what, but also continue to work in those small films and things. It depends on if you want regional film or regional theater. Those are two totally different paths.
If you find a teacher, they'll be a lot more informative in terms of the market than we would.
You want to go to
the difference in the cities.
Yeah, I know Atlanta a little bit. You want to go to the teacher who teaches the people who are working all the time. You don't want to go to the teacher who all your friends are going to, no offense, but you want to find the people who are playing the A game and go be the worst one on the team and then become the best one on the team. And then once you're the best one on the team, get out. Go to the next place where you're the worst one on the team and then become the best one on the team. Yeah.
Thank you, I really appreciate that.
Well, first off, it's a pleasure to have a chance to meet all of you. A lot of my questions have already been answered because I have interest in voice acting, and I've loved for quite some time. And as a child, I've always been a fan of villains, supervillains, and evil laughter and such stuff. My initial question is going to be how to get into the industry, which that there. But I live in Columbia, South Carolina. There's not much around at all. The state, the city says it's hot. That's just the retardedest thing I've ever heard in my life. So how would you try to branch out from a nowhere area, get into voice acting?
Well, as someone who lives in a nowhere area, well, no, it's true. I mean, I do live in Edmonton, and now it all depends on what your goal is. Like, if your goal is, I'd like to get into television, to film, that kind of thing, you're probably going to have to move to a larger city. But I mean, I've chosen basically to make my home in Edmonton, and that's where I sort of create my own work. Like, I work on a number of Canadian television and radio shows, and we create it there. Now, so, especially in today's age with the internet, with YouTube, things like that, you can create your own things where you are. But you also have to have dedication. Just be willing to do it for the love. Do it for the pure love of creating it and putting it out there. If you are looking for, I want, again, people talking in terms of wanting to level up and things like that, for the most part, you are going to want to move to a larger city.
But before you go, I agree, yeah. And Mark's remarkable, super talented over here. I started in Birmingham, and I was there for 8 years, before I lived here. And I would commute to Atlanta. At one point, I told my people who picked me up yesterday, I was doing a trade show here in Atlanta. And it sounds silly, as an actor doing a trade show. Heck yeah, they're going to pay you to go talk about the Duquesne Gas Grill all day. Okay, I'll go. So I was doing a trade show here and a play in Birmingham. So I would get up at 5:30 in the morning, drive to Atlanta, because there's an hour difference, be there on time to get on the floor, start working at 9:45. I would jump in my car, get back to Birmingham just in time, thank goodness for the time change, to be at my theater call for my 8 p.m., 6:30 for my 8 p.m. curtain, and get up and do it again. And so I worked every angle of a small market. In your market, there's a radio station. At that radio station, they do commercials for the local furniture store or whatever. You need to find out who does those, who produces those, learn how to do everything on them, from being the actor in the commercial to being the announcer of the commercial. Learn how to switch back and forth and do both. Develop a couple different voices. So you're doing both voices and no one had any idea. And it's really good. Own that market. Own it. Because the business skills you learn there, the workout you learn there, you will carry to the next market, and people will fall over when they meet you. I spent Birmingham and Atlanta doing what I do. I went to LA and I cut my demo with the woman who does demos for, a lot of working people. I found the woman who I could not afford. I got out, I scraped together everything I could, ate beans and rice and peanut butter, and I made it happen. And I went to her and I did 8 completely different spots, completely different commercials, and we were done in 45 minutes. I was able to switch gears like that because I'd done it for 8 years here. I didn't tell her all that. I just said, okay, what should I do? And I went in and did it. She just fell over. She was like, oh, you're so talented. No, I've spent 8 years off. You don't say that. You just go, gosh, thanks. And she called the agents I still have, and that was in 1993. So you need to own the market you're in. And once you're bored, then you go to the next one. Then you come over here to Atlanta, and they're going to be like, man, you're so good. I'm like, oh, thanks, man. And don't brag about how you did it. You just do it. You work it like a business.
I'm never going to talk about anything as if I love it, care for it.
Exactly. And you know what the truth about commercials is? There is one person out there at least who needs that product. So you're not selling, you're solving someone's problem. And you're talking to that one human being when you're doing that commercial.
Also, your beard is incredible.
Thank you, my wife and my children adore it. Thank you all very much.
First of all, I want to say to Mark and Jenifer, I love you and Mass Effect. I'm starstruck right now.
Thank you.
But this question is for you guys. What was your favorite moments in the Mass Effect series?
Hard to pick, but a lot of them did happen in 3 because 3 was like a combination. There were some really emotional moments. I think we've talked about this on panels before. That a favorite of both of us, the scene with Keith David, the final Admiral Anderson scene, which was amazing. There were scenes where it was like, I can't believe I'm doing the Renegade path for his death, for example.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That was, those were moments that really stick out.
He was singing on the way up.
Sorry?
He was singing.
Yeah, yeah. Love that. Excellent scene.
Yep.
Can you say you will never be able to control the Reapers?
Sorry?
Can you say you'll never be able to control the Reapers like you did in Final Scene?
You'll never be able to control the Reapers.
I'll say.